Let's start by understanding what each individual shot represents. I am going to explain more about individual shots using one of my assignments. These images were taken at a fundraising event in Colorado called the Denver Derby Party. The annual event coincides with the Kentucky Derby and is full of visual opportunities for making great pictures. It takes place in May. Everyone is in great spirits and dressed to match their mood. Covering a big event can be overwhelming if you don't have a plan. The visual variety formula can help you to stay focused and be successful with your shoot. With each of these shots, I will show you a few examples of images that fit into each category. Number 1, introductory and overall. This is also referred to as an establishing shot. This image establishes where you are and gives the viewer perspective. Usually a wide angle or an aerial shot is used. It is a good habit to shoot an overall shot when you arrive at your location. It is easy to forget about this type of shot when other things grab your attention. You may want to take additional overalls if the circumstances of your event change. For example, the audience at an event might grow, or the weather might change the scene dramatically, and your images should reflect this. Number 2. A medium shot focuses on one activity or one group. This is tighter than the overall and is considered a mid-range shot. Mid-range shots usually encapsulate great moments along with meaningful information about the subject. Number 3, close-up. Close-up and details zero in on what make people so interesting by providing your viewer with an intimate look into their lives. These can be a photo of a detail on an elaborate costume or a personal collection of meaningful items. In a story with more emotional impact, for example, this might be an artist's messy hands or a veteran's medals. Number 4, a portrait. A dramatic tight headshot, or a person in their environment. This can be a candid portrait in which your subject may not be aware that you are taking a photo, or a more formal portrait in which you as the photographer are working with the subject and controlling the environment. A portrait helps the viewer to relate to the subject by seeing what they look like and connecting with them through some kind of eye contact. Always remember to shoot a portrait of your subject. This may seem obvious, but it is easy to get distracted on shoots. 5. Interaction. People conversing or in an action. It is vital to have images that have engagement in which subjects are shown in a relationship with someone or something. Frequently, there is an element of movement involved in these types of shots. This can be as simple as friends having a good belly laugh together, or a more lively action shot like a couple dancing. Be prepared with the right exposure to capture these type of storytelling moments. Number 6, signature, the decisive moment. This photo summarizes the situation with all of the key elements in one photo. I believe this shot is when a photographer has the opportunity to really show their creative ability and storytelling skills to create a fantastic image. If a publication was limited on space and could only run a few photos, this would be the key image to the story. Number 7, sequence. A sequence is made up of multiple images. A sequence can range from images that show a clear before and after aspect of your subject to a series with a recognizable beginning, middle, and end. The most obvious form of a sequence is a series of images shot consecutively that show a change. This can literally be images shot in chronological order. It is important to be aware that a sequence of images can quickly become redundant. Analyze your images to make sure there is a clear transition point from A to B in your sequence. These images typically come from one instance in a larger event. The hat contest at the Derby to illustrate this point of a series of images that have a beginning, middle, and end. The hat contest at the Derby is one of the most colorful and fun activities of the day. Women spend days, even weeks, to create beautiful and unique hats. I have edited this story to be short and to the point, beginning with the ladies on the stage about to be judged and introduced. We move through the series to see a few of the participants and then straight to the emotion of the contestants. Number 8, a clincher or closer ends the story. It is important this image, like your opening image, is strong and memorable. This photo usually summarizes the event and has some emotional value and mood. The clincher shot can also be quite subjective. Reflect on the meaning and purpose of your story when choosing your final image. In conclusion, as you may have begun to realize, many of the shots in the formula overlap each other. However, it is important to strive to create strong individual shots for each of these categories to give you and your client a variety of editing possibilities and to tell the story in the most thorough and authentic way.